welcome to Onshape Fundamentals. So this is one of Onshape's learning pathways. We're going to go ahead and get started by creating our first sketch. So make sure you navigate to this section here, Introduction to Sketching. Click Continue. Make sure that you navigate this section right here, the course outline, and you scroll down. Once you get to Exercise Basic Sketching, go ahead and click here. We're going to go ahead and create this sketch here, which has 4 circles, several lines. Make sure you hit the next page. So to get started, we do need to log on to Onshape. We're in the activity section here. We're going to go to our left side here, click on Documents. And notice a bunch of items pop up. You might have nothing. Go ahead and click right here with Create, select Document, and we're going to call this Introduction to Sketching. Intro to Sketching. And go ahead and click Create. So for step 1, we need to create a sketch in our top plane. So notice we have this cube right here. We can click on it to move around. We can also left click or right click and rotate this object here. And if we don't like the view that we have, we can reset it. We can zoom in. And if we have a scrolling wheel, we can click on the scroll wheel and move the entire plane. We can also hide objects. Notice I can hide all of these here. We can also hide the origin, so be careful if anytime you're missing one of these objects, just look back here and just make sure you can see what you're working with. So in this situation, we're going to work on the top plane, so let's move to our top view. Let's go ahead and select Sketch. We also have some shortcuts. Notice if we select Shift S, we can already click on Sketch. So I select the top view. And now, before we move on, we actually need to do this right here. We need to change our workspace units to millimeters. So let's accept this real quick. Click on these 3 lines here. Go to workspace units. And let's select millimeters. And go ahead and accept. You can also change all these other values here later on. So let's double click on sketch 1. And now we're going to get started. So these blue lines are eventually going to turn black, and that's what we want. Blue lines mean that some items are not well defined. And once they turn black, they'll be well defined. So this is the origin here. So we're going to center our 2 circles around the origin. So notice I'm clicking on my circle tool here, or you can select letter C. I click on the origin and I expand my circle, and I'll make a larger circle. Now I'm going to select my line tool. So let's just place this line anywhere on the circle. Notice I made it coincidental. So we're going to start seeing some relationships pop up. So I'm going to show constraints and see how these 2 lines here, or these 2 items, they're called coincidental. That means that the center of our circles are touching the origin, and they'll always be locked in place there. And since they're blue, we can actually move our circles and change their size. So now we're going to create 2 lines, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Actually 7. Alright, so I'm going to click here. And I'm going to leave them a little wonky just to show some features or some tools that we can use. And I'll explain them in a moment. Alright, so let's actually see how this is popping up right here with orange. And we have a vertical line. That means that we just created a vertical relationship between this point and the point up here. And notice I deselected my line tool, so I got to go back and click on line. So I'm going to make another vertical line here. And then I'm going to connect. See how that circle turns orange? So I'm connecting my line to the circle. So this looks really wonky. Once again, eventually we want something to look like this. So this will be a lengthier video than usual. So what we're going to do, we're going to create all these relationships. So let's go ahead and select this point, and this point. So, whoops, I'm actually missing a construction line. So I'll go ahead and click on this line and then construction. And we're clicking here at the center. And we're connecting it to this vertical line here. Alright. So let's go to our next page. So we do have quite a bit popping up. So notice how we have these 2 vertical lines here, vertical and vertical. That means that we want to make these vertical to the origin. but still connected to the circle. So I'm going to go ahead and click on these 3 points and select this line right here, vertical. All right, so let's actually move this. And these 3 lines right here, these lines are going to be vertical. So I'll go ahead and click vertical. And they're also going to be equal in size. So I'm going to select all 3 lines and select an equal relationship. These 2 lines are also equal to each other. And then these 2 lines are also equal to each other. And then this line and this dot will have a midpoint relationship. Notice things are changing, and we can still move them around because things are blue, but we're slowly defining them. So we're also going to add another relationship between the circle and the line, and we're going to click here for tangent, and we're going to do the same thing down here. So click here, and click on tangent. We got a lot going on here. So this construction line is the only thing that is black, and everything else is fine at the moment. And keep in mind, notice that these 2 right here, these 2 lines right here, we're going to make them horizontal, and also these right here need to be horizontal. So click on them and select this. All right, so we're good so far. If we need to edit this again, we'll come back and do that. So if you want to save your work, go ahead and click on this green check mark, and then double click this again. Now for step 4, we're just changing the length of this. We're defining the distance of this line to the origin. So go ahead and click on this tool right here, dimension, select the origin, and then select this line here and hover below. So let's go ahead and click or type out 200. And we're going to zoom out. So notice that the entire object changed in size automatically. So that's good. And we have these 2 black lines because they're defined already. So notice that I'm going to get away from the dimension tool. We can still change this right here, but we cannot change the distance to the left to the right. Now for step 5, we're going to add some more dimensions and turn everything black. And so we're going to add a value of 50 here. We're going to add a distance here. So notice I clicked on circle 1, circle 2, and I'm placing a value of 35. And then this distance here will have a value of 70. And go ahead and deselect dimension. And notice how everything is black now. So this is what we want. So now we're going to go to step 6. We're going to create 2 circles. So let's go ahead and click on our circle tool. And just make these anywhere. But hover over this point here. Do not click. Go down. And notice we have a vertical relationship created. We're going to click and create a circle. So what we're going to do is click on the 2 circles. And we're going to make them equal to each other. So now we're also going to select line and construction, and we're going to we're going to click on the center of the circle and then this line here, just let it land anywhere. We're going to do the same thing down here. And I click the escape button to get away from this construction line. So make sure you deselect the construction line. All right, so these 2 lines are equal to each other. And so we're going to add a distance here. Notice I clicked on distance, or I typed D, and I was able to just use the shortcut key to select distance or dimension. So now I'm going to type out 35. And then I'm going to add a value for the circle. And it'll have a value of 25. So we'll also need to click on this point and then this line and select midpoint. And we'll do the same for the bottom piece. There's a fast way to do this, but we will do that later. So go ahead and do the same and midpoint, and this is all good to go. So now I'm going to click on step 7. And we completed the sketch, so all we're doing is hitting this check mark right here, and we're done. And now for step 8, we're just checking our work. So what you're going to do is click on this here and only highlight this right here. And we should have a value here that we can use for our self-check in the next part. So go ahead and click on the next page. Select Begin Self-Check. And this is what we get right here. So go ahead and click on your correct answer. And you should check your work and we're good to go. Anyways, thanks for watching. And make sure you check out the other videos and practice. Stay awesome.